Something I have noticed about friends is that they do not care about you. They do not care about the achievements you've made. They do not care about your goals. They do not care about the stuff you have and the stuff you do not have. Not even just your friends, a lot of even family members, just people around you, they do not care about you at all. What made me realize this is that over time, as I would tell my friends and just people around me the things I would get, they didn't care. They would be like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, oh, that's fine, that's cool. And then within a few minutes later, they will not care. They will completely forget. So, one example is when I started reselling clothes that I would buy them for an affordable price and then sell them for high, right? Just I would resell. After I was doing that for a few months, for some reason, I was able to make like $700 in 1 week. I don't resell no more, by the way. That was a one time thing. But once I made that money, $700 in 1 week, which is the most I have ever made in my entire life. And I was like, well, I think it was last year, 18. I literally told basically all of my friends, everybody that was close to me, I told them. They didn't care, bro. They literally said, oh, that's fire, that's cool. And then within a few minutes, they didn't care. The topic changed. They went about their day. Tomorrow, the next day, they completely forgot. Dude, I made $700 when they haven't made a single dollar. They don't. They, by that time, they didn't even have a job. They literally have no source of income. So how would you not be interested into the achievement I just made? Like how? And then obviously other times where I have bought clothes, I have bought new shoes, new hoodies, and I will show them. I will be like, "Yo, look, this is what I got." They do not care. The people around you don't care about the stuff that you get. They don't really care about your achievements. And I know for a fact you can relate to this. The thing that is crazy to me is that a lot of friends and people around you and family members would criticize you and would judge you when you are not doing the thing that you're supposed to do. If you stay in your house all day and you play video games all day and you just waste your time, you waste your life, you waste your potential, you just waste everything, they will judge the fuck out of you. They will be like, yo, that guy doesn't do much. He doesn't do anything. He just stays in his house all day. They a lot of sometimes they might not even tell you this directly, but in their head they will be judging you. They will literally judge you when you are doing stuff that I guess you shouldn't be doing. But the time that you start doing things that you should be doing, and once you get happy, and once you start telling people, hey, this is what I did this week, this is what I got today, they don't care. Which is crazy to me. How are you judging me and criticizing me when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do? But when I actually do the things I'm supposed to do, you don't give a fuck. But the reason why this does work is because at the end of the day, we only care about ourselves. Your friend cares about himself, they care about their own goals, their own interest, their own things that they end up getting. Because if we flip it around, if your friend comes to you, tells you, hey, I got this new shirt, would you really care? Would you? Would you actually genuinely care that your friend just got new shoes? Most likely not. If your friend tells you, hey, I just started working out, you might be like, hey, that's cool. But would you really care? No. That's just a human thing. It's just human nature. We mainly care about ourselves, about our interest, and about our achievements, our goals. The people around you don't. They are focusing on their own stuff while you are focusing on your own stuff. That is why that happens. So, my biggest advice to you is this is why you need to make sure that your friends are aligned with your interests and your goals. Because I'm going to give you another example. If I play basketball and let's say I become really good at the sport, or I learn a new move, a new skill, the only person that would possibly care about that is if I have another friend that is also playing the same exact sport. That is the only person that would maybe even care about that. But if I tell my other friends who've never played the sport, who don't give a fuck about the sport, who probably play others, they are not gonna care because that's not aligned with their interest. That's not that's not gonna pique their interest when they hear, "Hey, I got better at basketball." When they're trying to get better at fucking football, that's not gonna pique their interest. So you need to make sure that you understand who are you friends with, because your goals, your achievements should be aligned with your friends. So you can actually talk to them about it. You can actually get better at those things with them. They will actually care and show some sort of interest when you do achieve something. And then most likely they will also tell you when they achieve that thing that you guys are just both interested in. This is very important because as you get older and as your friends get older, you guys would change interest. You will most likely not be interested in the same exact thing that you've been for the past 5 years, that you've probably been friends with that person. They will develop their own interest. You will develop your own interest. And that's why 9 times out of 10 people go their own separate ways. That's also why a lot of people feel lonely, because you have nobody to share your experiences with. You have nobody to talk to about the stuff that you like with. You don't have someone to really socialize with. Let's say their interest is about playing video games all day, smoking weed, um, not really doing much with their life. That's the thing. That's what you are most likely gonna do, because that's what you can relate to them with. So if your friends smoke weed, you are most likely to also smoke weed because that's something you guys can bond with each other. And you would want to be with your friends. You would want to bond with them and have, I guess, the same interest. So you kind of that's why like the habits of your friends kind of stick to you. Unconsciously, you just gravitate towards those things, whether it's good or bad. So you don't want to be you don't want to be badly influenced. And if you have no one to talk about those interests with, you can talk to me. You can book a one-on-one coaching call with me for 1 hour for as little as $15, and you can talk to me about literally anything. I am giving advice for your own personal situation. So if you have no friends that think like me, that talk like me, that have the interest that I do, well, you can talk to me. You can become my friend. We can talk. I can give you advice and we could go from there. But if you don't put yourself out there, you don't try to meet new people, you don't try to expose yourself, then you're going to stay lonely. You're not going to have no one to talk to. So I'm giving you the option right now that you have someone to talk to. I have also realized that excuse that you guys come up with when I used to do the same. You start thinking to yourself how uncomfortable it is to meet new people, and also how uncomfortable it is to leave the friend group you are with right now. Trust me, it's hard. An annoying thought, right? You probably grew up with those friends. You went to elementary school, middle school, high school, right? You've been with those people your whole life. So the thought of you just guys just stop being friends, or you party your own way and trying to meet a new friend group, trying to meet new people you've never seen before, you've never spoken to before, is annoying. It is uncomfortable as fuck. That thought is annoying, but is what you have to do at the end of the day, because is either you stay with your friends and their habits, and if anything you might become a follower, and if their interest changes, then your interest might also change according to their interest because you just want to stick by them, or you literally focus on meeting the people that have your interest so you guys can bond with something that actually benefits you, where you are the one basically in control and you are the one deciding the things that you actually are going to end up doing. And it's not even that fucking hard, bro. Like how antisocial do you have to be? If you want to become better at playing basketball, bro, there is a free basketball court, public, that you can go to. There's gonna be people playing basketball there. Just fucking play with them. Just be like, can I play? Call next and just play with them. And boom, within 20 minutes of you playing with somebody, best believe you're most likely gonna at least speak to them. Right? Well, you guys are playing the sport together, so you have to fucking interact. And then if you go the next day, slowly but surely, you start meeting new fucking people. So if your goal is to become the best basketball player, why the fuck are you friends with somebody who just plays video games all fucking day? That is so counterproductive. Just because they have been your friends forever does not mean that you have to stick with them. So I do believe that your friends is one of the most important things ever, because they influence you. They influence the way you speak, the way you act, the way you think. You might not even realize it, but they do influence you. So basically in this video, I gave you the issue and I also gave you a solution. The solution is get that freaking call with me. I'll give you advice, personal advice that most likely your friends cannot give you. I can actually help you and help any situation that you are stuck with. If you need help with being productive, if you need help with working out, if you need literally anything that has to do with your life advice or life situation, I can help you, bro. Your friends probably can't. They're probably not that smart, probably not that intelligent to actually be able to help you. So you need to focus on you and what benefits you and what is most important to you, not to your fucking friend, not to your family member, to you. What is the thing that is the most important thing to you right now? And they will make you feel bad for doing the things that you like. Why? Because they don't like that shit. That's not their interest. So they will talk you down. They will literally make you question your own actions. They will ask you, bro, why are you doing that? What are you doing? You're wasting your time. Why are you playing a sport when you're not even gonna become good at it? Or you're not even gonna, they will literally question the fuck out of you. And they can get in your head and they'll be like, you know what? That person is right. I should just stop playing the sport right now. And then what? Stay home and keep playing video games with them? Understand, how are they influencing you? What are their interests? What are yours? And just go based off that. You could still talk to them here and there. You could still play video games with them here and there. But just really understand everything that is going on. Like, be as aware as you possibly can. That's basically all. That's basically it for this topic, for this video. Please leave some comments down below. How have you noticed your friends influence you? Have you noticed your friends not giving a fuck about the stuff you achieve? About the stuff you go to them and tell them, yo, I got this, I achieved this, and you've noticed they just don't care, right? So yeah, leave some comments down below. I would love to read them and respond to them. So with all of that said, much love. Thank you for watching.